Hello, this is Max Drake. I'd just like to talk to you about text casing. Now, I'm started with the PCs when there was just a cursor and you were just working in a DOS environment. And I actually find that I actually type looking at the keyboard. So I'll suddenly look up and I'll actually find that I've written something in uppercase. So it's a bit of a pain to actually go and change it into lowercase. So anyway, just doing a little bit of research onto this. One of the things that I actually found very early on was in fact that inside Word, if you select it and go Shift F3, it'll cycle you through the different. It'll go to lowercase, it'll go to capitalized first letter, and then it'll go to uppercase. So you can cycle through with that. Now that works in Word, but it doesn't work in Excel. It seems to be only a Word documentation, not an Office thing overall. But I suddenly thought I never actually knew that. So I sort of did know it, but I've forgotten it in a way. So I just mentioned that. Another way that you can actually do this is you can copy it and you can actually just go onto a browser one. Something like this one here, which is convert case, and you just paste the words in and just say make it sentence case, lowercase, sentence case, uppercase, capitalized case, alternating case, title case, inverse case, sentence case. So let's do it. So you can actually just copy and paste it back into your document as well. And now I've come across that, I suddenly think, well, actually that's quite good. Now the other thing with that I've actually got is if I go into where I've got that one as a link, which is in here, and I go to properties of that link, inside Firefox it's got this great thing called a keyword in there. So you can associate a keyword with that, such that if I just go into a new tab and just type CC, it just goes across to that link. So I actually find those keyboard shortcuts a hell of a lot easier to use. Another one that I did at the very beginning was I used this one here called Smart Capslocks. Because basically it has a couple of keys that it sets to, and you can choose what it does on those ones there. So you've got cap locks plus Windows. I don't like the Windows one because if you press it wrong, you end up popping up the start bar and things. So that can be a bit of a nuisance. And the other thing with this is it comes and goes as far as things go. So if I just go back into that Word document there and grab a bit of text there, and I just use caps case. At this point in time it's doing a paste because I think I've loaded up the other program, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, and it's sometimes a bit touchy and sometimes it just disappears as well, and I couldn't remember it. So in the end it wasn't that great a tool. I didn't find it that great a tool because it was a bit ambiguous as to whether it was going to come off or not. But anyway, Door to Windows is the one that you can use, and it's a smart cap lock there, and they've got a few other little items that you can do, tools as well. So I had that one, but as I said, it kept on disappearing. Just at this point in time, I've actually got it pinned to my taskbar. So, but the one that I'm actually exploring at the moment is this one here called Panther Bar. And what it does, you highlight a bit of text and it pops up, and there's over apparently 80 to 100 extensions that you can add on. And you can try them. So you can have any two apparently for free, but if you go to any more, you've got to actually go for the paid one, and the paid one is $7.30. Now it doesn't actually say anything about the pricing on here at all, but if you try loading up too many of them, it pops up with GoPro and it's going to cost you a thing. But it's very, very good. And in some ways, if I wasn't using things like my pop-up toolbar, which is, if I just go into something like Word, my middle mouse button, if I wasn't using that, and if I wasn't using my, what's this one called? Begins with E, and we've forgotten wherever it is. Where's that gone? That one, maybe that's it. No, it's all gone. That one's gone out as well. So anyway, I think that was the executor one, which is the one that does a fast key as well. So I use both of those, so I don't actually need the other one. And then but anyway, this one here is called Panther Tab. So if I just fire up Panther Tab through here, it's got some really, really lovely features. Now, first of all, it's got a really nice Windows feel look. So if I just go and select some text, this pop-up bar comes through. Now, if I just go into the settings side of things, it gives you these ones automatically, so you can go through and pop up and look up things. These other ones are extras. Now there's some nice little elegant ones. You know, one of the ones that I use quite a bit is that I'll go and take an email link, and then I'll email it to myself because I want to go and investigate a program later on, or I send that through to somebody else to say, hey, have a look at this, or maybe a YouTube link or something like that. This one here has a nice little feature, whereas if I just go into any program, I'm just going to go into this one here and I just grab a bit of text there, I can actually just email that. So it just actually opens up an email and puts that inside the document for you. So if you were just doing a bit of trading around or wanted to pass some information across, you can do that. Now, when I was actually doing the selection, and again, one of the things which I'd got on this one here is I just use lowercase and dictionary. So if I just go into Word document there, and I come into there, and I just select that one there, and I just go drop me to lowercase. If I actually just select the whole lot, and I just, and I just go and select that. Not doing it now. There, I can do the TT. One of the things with that, though, I do find is that normally you want to leave the first letter off, just so that you've got sentence case, because it seems to have lowercase and uppercase and reverse case, but it doesn't seem to have sentence case as one of its little features coming through here. So again, you can download the extensions through here and add them onto your toolbar there. The one that I find when it's got a couple of positives and negatives. If I'm actually doing a blog and I'm actually writing something through here and I've selected some text, this pops up. But if I'm actually in a WordPress which has got the blocks, this one here, if I select something like there, sometimes it pops up and covers over my toolbar thing here, which can be a little bit frustrating at times. So especially when you're just ordering some text or doing something like that. But it has got some nice features as far as the toolbar is in a very, very, very handy place for you to actually use it or to do something. You know, one of them is you actually just give something like enterprise there. So you select that there, and then you just go and Google that for me and see which one do you want to use. And I'd use, it's giving you Google or Google. Okay, well, we'll go to google.com, and then it'll go through and open up a link on that and give us the thing on enterprise through there. So that's one that it'll do. It also do images, it'll do some other things. But it's a really handy tool for just selecting something and doing something with it. Uppercase and lowercase was the first thing that I actually wanted it for, but it does some other nice things as well. So and that one's there is called Panther Bar. So you can look at the extensions through there and choose a few, play with a few, try them out, see what they're like, see what works for you. I'm just going to go and have a look and see if there's one called, no, there's not one called sentence case. There's title case, and there's lowercase, and I'm actually just going to go and click on downloading the upper one. So I'll go open that one there as well. And and that's another nice thing when you actually just go and select something that you want. And there's another handy one, is that it'll do a word count for you. And as soon as you do it, it actually just loads it onto the app straight away. So there's no thinking about doing it. Here it's coming up. So now that one says that I've overreached how many I can do. And it actually says I'm allowed 2 user extensions out of all of these lists here, 2 paste actions, and then I'm allowed 2 themes, the dark one or the light theme. And then these ones have a whole lot of different themes that you can go through, custom toolbar colors, and you've got no limits on the other one. So it seems very, very good offer really, and it's a handy tool to do. So I hope that's been of interest to you. Thank you very much for watching. If it's been of interest, can you please give a thumbs up? Thank you very much.